Hello and welcome to Make It Make Sense with Auntie. I am Auntie, of course. I am so excited today, like I always am on Thursdays when I get to spend time with you all. I am thankful for each and every one of you that tunes in. As y'all do see, Auntie got her glasses back. I can see again. If you remember me from the beginning, if you've been listening from the beginning, I had glasses in the beginning. They got lost along the way, but they are bad. Auntie has better vision. But yeah, so today, of course, is the day before Valentine's Day. I don't know what everybody has going on. I know with the economy the way it is right now, I know I was looking at, I think on the news, they said a lot of people were just doing candy and flowers like they normally do. But it was still like a multi-million-dollar day for Valentine's Day. But today I got to go out and spend some time with one of my aunties. So, and I guess the day they call it Galentine Day, where you go out and spend time with the people that you care, because since Valentine's Day is set aside for your significant other. But yeah, so I got to go to lunch today, which was very delicious. I had a good time. I got me a nice, cute little bracelet. It's over there somewhere. But yeah, I did. I had a great time. I had it was a wonderful experience. I am at a space in my life where I am trying to break a lot of bonds and a lot of chains. And it's good when you have those people that are in your family, especially the older members, but people that understand, or even if they don't understand, sometimes you can get a chance to sit down and actually talk to them. And times have changed where it's not going to happen in all families, but there are some families, and there are some people that want to both see a change, and they both going through healing, and so it does come to that space. So yeah, I got the opportunity to go out today and spend some time with my auntie, which was, like I said, very, very, it was a life altering experience, which it always is. Every time we do get together, I really, really enjoy it. Last week we did discuss, youth and young adults in the workplace. I'm gonna touch on that a little bit later in the show, but today is a little different. Y'all know how I am. You just have to make it make sense. We're gonna be joined by Show Out soon. He should be coming in because I know he got some stuff going on, but he's been busy with Valentine's Day. And so we're excited for that. Today I do want to discuss a couple of the different things, because the news is news and stuff is going on in the world. If you out there, you listening, you watching, this is one of the times that you can get to write in and let me know what you're thinking, what's on, what you want to talk about. If it's something that you're dealing with, going through in this space, we are in a space of healing. So what I'm saying, like I say, this is a time for love. Tomorrow this goes out to those that may not have a Valentine. You may be single, whatever, whatever might be going on. So yes, him my phone is on the charger. So yeah, it's a time of love, and we are in a space. Everybody doesn't have somebody. Everybody don't have that day to share it with, so you want to be respectful and mindful of others, because it does come a time, that being lonely, it's hard. And it didn't lock. I'm sorry. I thought it did. But yeah, so we have to be very mindful. You see the news every day, people, that choose otherwise because they can't deal with whatever going on, because they lose somebody, because the person they like or love don't want to be with them. We want to be mindful of those in these times. But if you know somebody, sometimes you just hello, just call them on that day, think about them. It's okay to be nice sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't require you to be nice, but sometimes it's okay to do it. It's all right. Valentine's Day, especially, you want to show somebody that you love them. I got a surprise for some my employees. They don't know, but we're gonna do that tomorrow. It's just to show people that you care. It's okay to be nice to people. I did have an article. It was a couple of articles that I had looked at. That I did want to discuss, because I have been seeing, again, it's a lot of stuff that's going on when it comes to our children. And I did speak on it last week about the like I said, about youth and young adults and the role that we as parents and family members and community members and all that we play. We sometimes we expect our children to show us a level of respect, I guess, that has not been earned when it comes to our children. Sometimes we see a lot of parents taking out their their stresses or the emotions that they're going through. We see them take it out on their children. But this is, and it's unfair for us to expect certain things that we have not taught or given, but it's out there. So I'm again, even on our children, I know sometimes people sit around and they think of, the loved ones and you want that, but love on your child tomorrow. Tomorrow, love on your baby. Show them something different. Let them be your Valentine's. Excuse me. I do want to send condolences to the young mother. I trying to remember what state it is. I did have the article, and again, y'all know how I am with this phone, but I was reading the article, and it's very, very sad that it was a young mother who lost both of her children to the cold weather and to homelessness. And so we know we do want to address the issue of homelessness because that affects everybody. It reaches across the board. And I saw this and it broke my heart. It literally broke my heart for this mother to say she woke up, they were sleeping in a van in a parking lot, and it was cold. She had done reached out to multiple resources asking for help. And when she woke up, I'm not sure exactly what day this happened because I just saw I've been seeing it the last couple of days. I think I seen it the first time was yesterday. So I'm guessing that is something that happened recently. But the mother says that she got up and her children were unresponsive, which resulted into her losing both of her children to hypothermia, freezing to death. So I want everybody to know that we have to take this seriously, that we are in a crisis and that it is affecting other people. The weather, and it's not to say, oh, that's her responsibility. She has children. Everybody does. And we now see that if you don't have a support system, you have no way of getting that. Or if you need, because like she said, the young lady was saying that she reached out for help. She did what she was supposed to do. And I know that goes back to, again, a lot of fraudulent activity. Now we see a lot of funds being taken away. There's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. So as a community, and when it comes to Aunti, I'm gonna make sure mines know. And when I say mines, that's my communities, and by my communities, that's my listeners, my followers, those that choose to be a part of that. I am who I am. I stand in the mission. I stand behind what I stand on. So I believe that everybody, regardless of what you've done to me in the past, if me and you, whatever that is, I still believe that everybody deserves to be loved and to receive love. So tomorrow, what I'm saying, and it should be every day. It shouldn't just be tomorrow. But what I'm saying, it ain't just got to be the person that you with. It doesn't have to be, just that. But, reach out to somebody. Tell somebody that what I'm saying, that they're loved. Give them a flower, a piece of candy. Just do something. Be nice to somebody. You should do that every day, but especially tomorrow. And I know it's going to be somebody that's watching saying, well, that's a pagan holiday. That's this, that's that. I understand that. I'm not a person that you have to sit down and tell what reasons for behind. It's good to know. Now let's know that. Because I do know that this was in the results of the massacre, Valentine's Day massacre. People choose, but every day there is something that happens on each and every day. Trump got show out working in those Florida fields yet. Bad times coming for our people. Who that's for? Absolutely not. Walter, okay, so let's say this. First of all, I'm a country girl, being that I am from Florida, and I have worked on, what I'm saying. So let's just say that, and gardening and doing all that stuff, I have no problems. As far as them putting show out into, he'll be on in a minute. I'm gonna let him answer that question for you, Walter. but absolutely not. And this is something that's going to reach across all of the boards. But the one thing that I can say that is we business owners. So, yeah, it's reaching, it's coming. But that's why I talk and I teach that it's very important that you learn, because they can't take away knowledge. And regardless of what it is that they choose that they want to do, or they choose that they want to move, there's always opposition. So like, I don't play like that. And if that's what it all boils, if it comes to, if that's what God has in his will and in his plan, I don't know how that's gonna play out. I can't speak for that. But no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, Trump can do what he wants to. Trump is a person that is showing you that he is a businessman. And he's standing on business. He's standing on what he said. He said what he was gonna do. That's what he is doing for the next 4 years. This is what we have to deal with. But and I don't think in 4 years he's gonna be able to make that. I mean, he making some changes, but to think that he finna just come in and put people in fields and stuff. Ooh, Walter, you try to take me there. I ain't going there with you today. I'm not finna play with you. But our people, it's these same people. Ooh, there he go, Mr. Show Out. So Walter, DC, if you're so kindly to put that comment back across the screen. So Mr. Show Out, there you go, Show Out. There's a comment for you. I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic. How do you feel about that?
Man. This one thing, Trump would not have me in those fields. If anything, he's gonna make it better for us business owners. You know, that's all day, any day, and every day. You know, as a thing, I think he's looking out for the rich. And guess what? I'm in that class. I'm gonna be rich without his help, without them fields and everything. Not going there. Not with him, with not nobody. Those fields could stay there. Whoever gonna go in those fields, they can cut them shits. I'm not cutting none of that. I'm not doing none of that. Well, I'm gonna show him how I'm gonna get this money off my businesses. That's what I'm gonna show him. He can go ahead and shoot us some more stimulus and stuff. I'm down for that.
All right, Walter. Well, there go your answer. But do you real deal think that when he starts making that decision that it's just gonna be, I guess our color that's gonna be in them fields? That's all I'm saying. For the ones that are so gun ho, that are making decisions that or questioning when he starts to make these choices about who he gonna. Because I want people to understand. Let's have that conversation. I think we can have this conversation. Let's see if y'all grown up for this conversation. So when we start to do all that and all this stuff is taking place and all this stuff is going on in our great states and stuff, and you creating people to resist, or you're creating a society of people that you're causing a problem for people. You're like intentionally causing this issue for a person in groups that you already have no control over. See, it was different. It was different because they took people from a place and offered them something that they wasn't accustomed to, and then they were able to use that to entice them. The reason why education systems are being required to dumb down, because we are already intelligent. So all you can do is further that, magnifying the capabilities that we already have. However, since it was y'all, see, there we go. since it was the ideal of some people to decide that they were going to go in and experiment with whatever and play around, well, in the words of each and everybody else, fuck around and find out that by genetically trying to modify something that is already boy, look at here. I don't think you're ready for this, Walter. I don't think you're ready. So the people of this day and age, as we can see, are showing a lot of people that the capabilities that they have is not something that is easily, how do you say it? Easily able to be attained. So they have to pull out other tactics in order to do that. But if you do understand that unless they only planning on doing that to the people that are already in chains, that ain't gonna work out well. That's all I'm saying. That's just my opinion. Because I've told you, I've had conversations with people that have been incarcerated from the systems here, and I have been told that at any point, if it was brought to them that that is something that even goes into effect, that they will not play with this side. They will play with the other side. So therefore, what would make you think that that would be an easy transition? It's not going to happen like that. I mean, now maybe if they consider it, I don't know, because I'm saying though, you know, why would we be required to work in? Never mind. If they would have left people alone, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Make that make sense. I'm just saying. Sounds more like, and I'ma just say that, what I say. Kendra said it best. They're not like us. I'm just saying that too. But what I'm saying is this: the argument that was placed was that the people, I see Mexicans getting sent out, and I see promises to our black brothers that there is work out there for them. He is going to attach a stimulus to workers' families who work in fields. Just have a feeling. That does sound logical. However, I also heard him say that they were taking jobs from his people, and that he was going to restore jobs for his people, which means that if we not his people, because we don't deserve to be working them jobs, that sound like y'all on the totem pole, not us. Yeah, because pretty much what they're telling us is that we need to build our own societies and create our own, is what I'm getting from all this. I know other people are looking like they trying to take away this, that, and the other, but baby, if you erase it, you got to replace it. That's all I'm saying. Just make it make sense. So if we are what's living, anything that takes place during the time frames from here into there will be jotted down in history, will be what is happening now. So I don't believe that it will play out the way that a lot of people think that it's going to play out. I think that it's going to actually be a reverse effect. However, I mean, that's just what I think. Because I know that for a fact that how many, like, real for real, when it comes to the workforce and it comes to the numbers and it comes to the people, yes, our people are, of course, it's easy to do the race card, no matter what color you is. It's easy to pull that card out. It's easy to blame it on one person. But this is what I got to say, and just make it make sense. If we were insignificant, like we are being told and what is being said, then why does what we do matter so much? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If we are so insignificant to what is going on, why does what we do? Why is it that what that has been done Why? Because why would you have to recreate something? Because the first part is what? Something that you don't want to deal with, you don't like that. So because I don't like it, I'm going to go in and change it to make it be better for me. And that's okay, because that's what he chooses to do, or she, or whoever. That's most people in the society. That's what they choose to do. However, I'm going to just say it like this too. When people are out here pointing fingers and saying the things about what's going on, I really don't think that it's going to take the same effect that like a lot of people are saying, because we watch this same man go in and part in the whole people of all colors. Not just the ones from January the 6th, but that's the only ones people talk about. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I really don't think that it is going to be what a lot of people are thinking. And that change is going to affect a lot of people that are sitting back thinking, not me. So we're going to see how this play out, because I ain't seen yet him be specific on anybody other than the ones that he brought with him. It ain't been no respect the person. Like, so I'm just saying. So I don't know. That field gonna look like a rainbow. Because I mean, But seriously, so that is a question that I want to know. So Walter, if it changes, if that, how would you respond? If what everybody has thought that is going to take place in society, if he get in there and he requires not us but the other people, if he required like y'all to go out there in them fields, how do y'all think that's gonna play out? If he go and get those jobs to his people because he don't want us working, so you're thinking if he gonna put us in the fields, what's gonna happen if he decides not to put us there and he decides to give those jobs to the people that claim that they can't get no jobs? If he chooses to go out there and hand jobs to the ones that he said that claim they can't find work, what if those jobs don't go to us? What if those jobs go to those people? Then what? What are y'all gonna say then? What's gonna be the reasoning behind it then? Because then, like y'all said, y'all helping remove us. Y'all don't want our history being taught. Y'all want us to go off and create our own like we never existed. So if we do that and we take away everything that we have brought to society, if we choose to pull all that away, you see the videos every day. You watch the TikToks, you watch the videos of the people that talk about all the things that we have done as African American people, as Black people. You know I'm Black. I ain't never heard that one. Our people would get out on those fields if there is a family check attached. He will bribe them. Some white folks will try, but I'm not sure they will stay. They lazy. Right. But again, even if you so being Black, if you go out there, if you think that, so do you think that just because I'm gonna agree to a certain extent. I will agree. If you attach a check to it, it's a lot of people that is gonna sign up for it. I do agree. But how do you think that that's gonna play out when it stops? Do you think the rebellion is not gonna come? The resistance will not come when you got a society that you can't even control now. You gonna try to put them on a field? Back then they had issues with, listen, okay, I'm finna give y'all this is y'all finna have a Make It Make Sense with Auntie Black History moment. Let's go ahead and create one right now today. If people if you had just a handful of people that were willing to speak out in the 60s, and you had a couple of people that were willing to risk it all back in slavery. You had a couple of people here and there that was willing to risk it all for their people. When we got to the 60s, you got more people that were banding together. We are in 2025. Back then, we didn't have, and I'm gonna just keep it 100. You even got our other races that stand up for us. Hopefully we save our monies and take over. Not gonna lie, though, if my family get a check and I get a check and I wasn't so old, I wouldn't be I would be in those. See, I ain't finna tell you that lie. I'm not finna tell you that lie. I'm not finna tell you that if they attach a check to it, I'm finna sell my soul. I'm just not finna do that. I refuse to tell you that I'm not gonna do that because I'm not. I'm auntie, and I mean that. And that like me and my auntie at that conversation today, I refuse. I won't survive. I'm telling you now, I won't survive. I will not survive. I talk back. I stand on what I said. I mean business. I'm gonna handle that. I'm not gonna be. Ain't nobody gonna talk down to me. I told you I got kicked out of jail here, bruh. For real, for real. I am kicked out of jail because I'm not gonna let you talk to me any kind of way because you're holding a weapon, because you hold a title. I'm not that person. So it's not gonna end well for me. I'm just gonna say that if that's what it comes to. And I'm gonna be in a history book. I'm just saying, like, for real, for real. But at the end of the day, I still say, and I stand on, if we instill our history in our own, can't nobody take that from us. And if we truly mean business and we gonna stand on what we want, I'm ready. I'm ready to create my own, but I'm also ready that if God say it's your time to take me with you, baby. But this is what I mean that as long as I'm here, and as long as I have the opportunity, I am going to continue to try to create an avenue or a path for my youth and my young adults to see through this and to survive this. What I'm not going to have them done is uneducated, sitting around here thinking that just because it's a generational curse on them or because somebody say something to them, they have to accept that or be less than. And you made a valid point about just because there's a check attached to it. Because a check attached to it, they tell you money is the root of all evil and all money is not good money. And yes, I will turn down money. I sure will. I absolutely will. I have no problems with turning down money. I'm not going to be no sellout for nobody because of a dollar. I won't. I'll go without it. I will. I sure will. And there's plenty of people you can ask. I will not take it. This whole situation with everything that's going on in office, it's a business strategy moves that's being played, and I see them. If you sit back and if you watching the chessboard, then you know if you playing checkers, you're gonna be lost. I'm just saying. All the strategic moves are being made. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar for the Super Bowl. I'm just gonna say that performance was all of that and more. And if you feel some type of way about it, that's your business. I don't care. I said what I said. That's my opinion, and it's my show. I liked it. I did. And it made some very, very valid points. And it and I'm not talking about the beef he having with Drake. I'm so, and if that's what you thinking about, then you're so lost. That was a Black History moment. Don't care about no beef that's going on around it. It was a Black History moment. And it was made. And it was made before millions. And I'm glad they got opportunity to see it. I have a video about the. Oh, let's see that. So, I would like to see this. There about yes. I would love to see that. We would love to see that because that video was very monumental to the fight. And what's sad is we look at when we say Black history, everybody immediately runs to Martin Luther King. And trust me when I tell you, I'm so glad for everything that he did. But we need our children, our youth, our young adults, and our people out there to understand that there are more people out there that make history and make history moments. And when they sitting out there persecuting rappers and R&B artists and everybody in the industry for the things that they're gonna do, we need to start addressing and calling out when something positive is being made, and we need to sit down, not fixate on the whole part about the old A minor part, which I know the whole world went crazy for, but you should have been teaching your child at that point what those moments meant. Let's go ahead and watch this video. Oh yes, this was my video. Oh yes. This was the wonderful breakdown to this video. So we're going to take a moment.
And so many people are missing it by saying worst performance in Super Bowl history when it was so much more than that. The symbolism. He literally said, this is bigger than music. Like, are y'all missing it? Are y'all missing the point here? Uncle Sam, being Samuel L. Jackson, telling everyone to stay in line and that's what they want. And all the other iconic cameos, which describe minority struggles with being seen as too abrasive whenever they're just fighting for their freaking rights. Kendrick saying, the revolution about to be televised, you picked the right guy at the wrong time, which is a nod to Gil Scott-Heron, who said the revolution won't be televised. The people standing in a formation of the American flag, which was split in half during Humble. Like, how are y'all missing it? And then the lights in the crowd lighting up to say, warning, wrong way, with the American flag beside it, which just symbolizes America going backwards. Like, come on. Not to mention the smirk when he said, hey, Drake, and his necklace being the music note A minor. I know I'm not the right messenger for this, but honestly, it was just pure art. The amount of time that he had to put this together in is insane, and he absolutely killed it. That was...
Listen, I 1000% agree with her. It was so, listen, when I finally got to see the video, so I heard bits and pieces of it because I was at work, of course, during the Super Bowl, but I did get to get a chance, showed me the video, and once I watched that video should be played, you know what I'm saying? That's a video that should be played for here on out. Like that was a video. That was something that our youth and young adults, and see, even some of our old people didn't even take the meaning to what was going on in that video. But Kendrick addressed that. But we see that he is a very talented young man. So he has never had an issue, from what I've heard, with addressing certain issues and situations and making a stand in the movement. So that was a very, very powerful movement. And shout outs to him, because it was wonderful and I did enjoy it. To the people that said it was boring, of course you would. It's just, but I bet you if it was somebody that went and they had a costume fail, then they would have loved that. But it is what it is. But so yeah, so that's what I had to say about that. Any more questions, Mr. Walter? Because I told y'all I volunteered to be the cook. Right. All right. So let's see what else they got going on. My phone is about to die as always. I told y'all I've been out and about. But it says of course, you know, the algorithm be listening. It was one article I had and I don't know where I put it at. Show out, why you over there? What you got going on? While I look for this article.
Pretty much that. I want to touch on that Kendrick Lamar thing. That was a show. You know, me seeing it and understanding exactly what he was doing. You know, with the dividing of the American flag. He was, you know, letting a lot of people know that, you know, especially with all the black people that's in there, because he basically saying that, you know, it's dividing us up. You know, they talking about America, but as you can see, the media is actually putting out a lot of stuff, and then you can see a lot of rappers are actually going at each other, as well as, you know, causing mishaps in certain communities. And, you know, you see a lot of that in the media. You don't see no good stuff, no unity that, you know, some of us are trying to display to our youth out there. A lot of us are so stuck up on this music genre of, you know, exploiting women. That was another thing, a message that he showed out with Serena. A lot of people say, oh, that Drake girl used to be Drake girl. Nah, that wasn't the reason why she was there. It was the fact of women. You know what I'm saying? The way most people disrespect women in this industry. And she came through, you know, for that, you know what I'm saying, that movement, you know. And who she is, as well as, you know, some men, you know, disrespect women by beating on women, you know, putting them up under the bus and everything. Also, with, you know, the fact that he's saying, you know, turn the TV off and then everybody's seeing the game over. That's that's what he's saying, that, the media controls and the world controls, saying at the end of the day, when game over, turn the TV off. When they tell you turn the TV off, basically when lights out, that's what I want to touch on. I got a lot of things going on still, getting this thing going with this producers 101 boot camp, getting that, solidified, and, touching base with some other people that might want to come and do some speakings. So I'm, doing that, as well as, Valentine's Day tomorrow. Happy Valentine's Day to all those who out there, to all our fans, male and female. It doesn't matter, take this day, that day tomorrow, be with your loved ones, tell them you love them, because, to me, Valentine's Day is every day. You got to tell your loved ones you love them, because you never know what might happen to tomorrow. You might never know if you're going to see them the next day. So at the same time, y'all take that day, show love to each other. As well as we got these graduations things going on. Y'all know Easter going on. I'm doing my thing, like, Auntie said. I'm in here, working. I got, a special custom made Valentine's gift that I'm working on. So I'm doing that behind the scenes. So I might just post what I did, just, to get y'all a little taste of what, Smooth Transition is doing, doing my thing. Auntie want to cuss me out, so back to her.
Let's see. This, hold on. I seen something that said, Chris. I seen it said, Auntie, hold on. It said women disrespect themselves, bro. Not all. No one told them to dress or act like a hoe. Act like G, then get treated like a hoe. Act like a lady, then get treated like a lady. I absolutely agree. Right. I agree. There are a lot of women that get disrespected, but I think that, it was from what he said, yes. But I think more of her being there symbolized the movement of women, especially in where they have what they have achieved in, as far as, in the movement. Because if we look at who she is, not the fact that she used to date him, because who cares, is the fact of look what she has accomplished. You know what I'm saying? As a black woman, look what she has accomplished. So I think that's more of her significance. And of course, I know the message gonna see the messy side, but when you make it make sense, that's what I seen from the symbolism from her being at that performance, and her enjoying it and embracing the fact that this is what she's achieved, and look at what's upon this stage, and this is what we have achieved, greatness. Because at the end of the day, the only reason why, like I said before, the only reason why most people want to erase something is because either it's a mistake or it's going to tell the truth. We destroy stuff that we don't want other people to see. I know. So yeah, it comes to that. So when it comes to, especially like women and the respect and the stuff that they have going on in the industry or out in the, when it comes to in the community, women have achieved a lot of things. Women really have achieved a lot and made a lot of accomplishments, especially when it comes to her. So that's what I've seen as her significance, because I know that people say, yes, he was being messy, and yes, a couple of things, and that he was. It was his song, it was his show. So yeah, he was allowed to be messy, but that does not overplay the significance of what that performance actually meant to the community. So I think that's as far as that's what I seen, and that's what I got from the event. When it comes to the females, absolutely. But you know what? It's crazy because me and my auntie was having this conversation today, and I'm glad to know you here, Zoe. So let's see. So we was talking about that though. When it comes to women, and we say that, women, the women dress the way they dress, and yes, of course, myself, I have made comments and statements about certain outfits. I have worn certain outfits. So let's just say that. But when it comes to that, I'm trying to see how the dress is. Okay, so if we all come, because the people love to make things about religion or about color. So this is going to go to the little religious folks for a little piece. Are we okay? So if we were created naked and we walked this freely, you know what I'm saying, and we were happy with our bodies, but it took somebody to do something, and that chose, you know what I'm saying. So they chose, because the Bible said that then he was making it where we had to put clothes on. You know what I'm saying? That's in the Bible. And the Bible, it tells us that after Eve bit from the apple and that whole thing took place, and then God said that we had to wear clothes because he was going to make us ashamed. And so now that we at that space and we see these women that are not ashamed of embracing their bodies, so immediately now I'm at a space where, so is that why are we continuing to, what do you say, how do you say it? I want to say the right thing when I talk about it. Let's see. Preach that Bible, mama. Where church you at? Absolutely not. So I do not listen. I'm in the church right here, and me and his connection is right here, and me and him so G. So like that's that's where it's at. Now that's not to say I don't go to churches. I will go to a church. I was just talking to my auntie about that today, about finding a church that I am comfortable with. And when I say comfortable with, that is not about a church, finding a church comfortable in sin, because I know a lot of people like to say that. So we will address that too, because I don't like to go to religion, but I will have this conversation because I'm adult enough to be able to do that. When I say about going into a church, I don't need nobody to accommodate sin. I don't need nobody to sit there and discuss all of that. But what I also don't need is for anybody to be in the pulpit or in a place and feel that they have an opportunity to look down on somebody because they are holding a Bible in their hand. Because I am a person that will, and that has absolutely no problems with getting you right together when it comes to the Bible. I believe in God. I believe in my connection with God. My faith is in God. I fear no man but God. So when it comes to that, I stand 10 toes down about God. And I can say that I have read the Bible. Now, when I say that I read the Bible, yes, I've read the Bible. I've read the Quran. I've read a bunch of books. You know what I'm saying? I've read the Bible, and then I read a bunch of books. And when I read these other books that they written, when I read the Quran, when I read, what's the other one? It's another one. I can't think about it. And please don't get mad at me because I can't think of the name. Like I told y'all in the previous episodes, I studied multiple religions. I used to be a librarian. So when it comes to that, I have read so much stuff, and it all makes sense. In each book that I read, if you read it, it makes sense to you if you read, but you have to learn how to read. And when I say read, I'm not just saying the book, this. You have to actually know how to read, how to break down. You have to be able to do all of that. And I can do all of that. So when I have a conversation with somebody, when it comes to me discussing the Bible, and when it says the breaking down of the Bible, I will do that with you. We can definitely sit down and have a conversation when it comes to it. But when it comes to us talking to women and about the acts that they are out there, that they are doing, it is a lot of that. It definitely is. That's why they tell you that in the Bible, Jezebel meant so much, and that's why you need to go and there's a book called The Women of the Bible, because if you actually go and read this book, it's a show too. I can't think what show it was, TV station it was on, or what channel it was on, but it was The Women of the Bible. And I started reading it, and I actually need to go and buy this. So if somebody love me enough and y'all want to go buy Auntie something, y'all think about getting Auntie something, y'all can buy me that book, the books of the Women of the Bible. But in this book, literally, they tell about the significance of women. And if we haven't paid attention, since this is the conversation that we could go ahead and have, if it wasn't for the woman, and that goes, and I know a lot of men finna say, yes, I know, but do you understand the significance and what took place once the woman made a move? It was once the woman made a decision, regardless of what, you know what I'm saying, the response that came after that, it was what took place after that woman made a move. So we knows that something happens when women make moves. You know, and that's just regardless of how you want to say yes, no, that's in the Bible. It's from the very beginning. And again, I'm going to always say this, and I'm going to stick by it when I say it. A woman needs a man. And when I say a woman needs a man, that means that if you're going to have, and this is not for everybody, so please don't take that the wrong way for my LGBT community, and you know what I'm saying, and to whoever else, those that don't identify as anybody. This is what I want to say when I say this. When it comes to those that want that, so a man that wants a woman or a dominant versus, you know what I'm saying, this is what is required. It takes a negative and a positive to get a reaction. You know what I'm saying? So if you have to have one and the other in order for that. So if a strong man requires a strong woman, because if that's when you get a positive effect. If it's not, it's going to be, you're going to get what? And that's all. I mean, so a lot of these women, young girls, ladies out here are really, and it's sad to say it, but are showing like who they are and who raised them. And a lot of people say, well, you weren't raised like that, but they was. Whether it was the trauma that was raising them, whether it was the negativity that was around them, the energy, whether it was a response to how they was being treated, you know what I'm saying? That's what raised them. But until we can accept that, we gonna focus on what's going on around us, especially with everything going on. We mad right now. A lot of people, and I know this, and I can say it. It's a lot of people mad at Trump because he went in, and I was just talking to DC about it. I was saying like, dang, he actually went on Google and pulled off Black History Month, and he changed the golf. You know what I'm saying? He's making all these changes, and it's a lot of parents out there, and I'm saying it. And if you don't like it, oh well. If you don't like it when I say this, that means you one of them parents. It's a lot of parents mad at Trump right now saying he's pulled Black History Month from the calendars. He's taking Black history away. But if you ask your children anything, they're not going to be able to tell me anything about Black history, anything else, because ain't nobody taught them that. And it's just not just for the school to teach them for 28 days. How you gonna be mad at somebody for going in and taking something that y'all ain't benefiting from unless it's a day out of school, or now you mad? Y'all mad at the wrong things. You mad. I'm gonna tell you something, like for real. I was looking at, I always hear about Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? They always tell us about Black Wall Street. And the other day, and I'm finna read it, I haven't even had a moment to sit down. And as much as I be talking about all this stuff, they have an article about the women of Black Wall Street. Do you know what that did to me? To know that even back then, because we always get preached about the slavery and about the injustices and all the stuff that happened. But the thing is, you can't erase what wasn't there. You can't erase what never happened. That's all I'm saying. Like, people are mad and they talking about, oh, he finna erase. What? What is the fee to come on your show and speak? I have stuff to say. You can contact me outside when we get off of here. Go ahead, hit me up, Auntie. Find me on social media. Make It Make Sense with Auntie right now on Facebook. Yeah, you can hit me up at lemonsmakeitmakesense@gmail. Yeah. But definitely on Facebook, you can go and find me AUNTIKRIS, Auntie Chris on Facebook. Go to the group, Make It Make Sense with Auntie, and just let me know who you is. Send me a message. I'm definitely interested. I don't mind. I love my people being able to come up here and express themselves and talk about what they want to get off their chest. That is what our auntie is here for. We are here to make it make sense with everybody, because everybody got to deal with this. Not just me, not just you, but everybody. This is a everybody situation. This is a everybody problem. And people sitting around here allowing people to make decisions, and they think that, oh, it's going to be beneficial, but it's only beneficial to you until it's not beneficial anymore. When people don't look at the significance of what is going on around them until it starts affecting them. And I'm telling you right now, we sitting back here and we are watching, as they say, ICE is going into these homes and into these schools and into these businesses. The trauma that's being put on these people, that what's happening right now, what is taking place. This is insane. And we are all sitting around here watching it. And whether you say something or you don't say nothing, it is affecting people around you. If they going into your children's schools, removing their classmates and their friends, your children will be traumatized. If they coming into your jobs, that lets you know that they can come in there for you for any reason. It is not y'all sitting back here playing, and y'all better start learning how to make it make sense. This is going across the board. This is not just over here. This is not just an America problem. Stuff is going on all the way across the board. This is not the time for us to be falling apart. This is the time for us to come together. This is the time for us to be teaching our children. This is the time for us to be uniting with our kids. This is the time for us to literally make it make sense. In 2025, you have to teach your child to be about self-love, especially our Black community. And it's sad to have to point that out for our Hispanics and our Latinos, and for those that we have to sit here and to address that to our Black and brown people, that they have to teach their children the trauma that is being placed on them. I watched a video that somebody sent to me, and it was heart-wrenching. And it was a person that was being deported from here, and he was trying to explain to his son, and that baby couldn't have been no older than maybe about 4 or 5 years old, but he was trying to explain to him why he had to leave. What we say that this is not an everybody problem. We have planes coming down on top of us. And regardless of what people say, whether they say that, oh, it was this attack or somebody did it or this is what happened, at the end of the day, you can control, you know what I'm saying? You can control something by turning it on, turning it off, making it blow up, do this and that, but you can't control where stuff fall at. You can't control those under that's affected when it comes down. We seen when the fire started. You can start them. And yeah, you can keep them in a controlled environment to a certain extent until the wind blows another way, or until one thing starts coexisting with the other. So I want everybody this Black History Month to remember that you need to teach every day. History is a part, but again, you can't erase what was never there. So I want y'all to make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? I love each and every one of y'all. Like I said, it is Valentine's Day coming up. I want y'all to go out there and love on somebody. Do something good for somebody. Even with everything going on, especially with everything going on, I want you to love on your kids, because as we see, every day our children do not return back home to us, which is so sad. You know what I'm saying? My heart goes out again to the mother that lost her 2 children to the cold because she was unable to get help. My heart goes out to her. I pray that somebody listening will want to help, and they will want to be a part of making make sense with Auntie, or a few people. You can always make a donation. You can always send us donations at $AUNTI79 on Cash App. You can always, if you, like I said, you can contact me via social media, via email, and make donations. Trust me when I tell you, I ain't taking no money from nobody, because I believe in karma. But if you give me money, supplies, or donations, I will make sure it gets to those that are in need, because trust me, I'm around it every single day. I see it every single day. I see people that went through life and they was not able to handle life, and life handled them. And we are in a situation where people that had it don't have it no more, and people that didn't have it are starting to get it. And you know, the Bible tell you again, one day the last shall be first and the first shall be last. So I'm just saying, I want y'all to continue to make it make sense. Before we leave here, show out, what do you have for the people before we go?
I want to thank all y'all for tuning in today, checking us out, you know, as we touch on a couple of topics. You know, we want y'all to remember we're not being a political show. We're just letting y'all know that, like Auntie said, we making it make sense. You feel me? We making it make sense. So
But you ain't got to go to the
y'all go ahead and check me out. You know, I'm gonna soon have my IG coming out this week. There's gonna be a lot of stuff I got to, you know, promote and everything on the IG. So y'all lay around for that, as well as that Smooth Transition Media Group Facebook gonna be coming through. Got some new stuff coming out. Need for y'all to check it out. Those who hit me up, y'all will get, you know, exclusive, you know, listening to anything new. Long as you know what I'm saying, you hit me up. So also y'all will be on the lookout for that Producer Boot Camp 101 coming soon. I'm still looking for other cities to, you know, to drop this on. I'm talking to a couple of people in Atlanta, so hopefully we'll get back to Atlanta, you know, DC, and try and do something there for this boot camp. Also, y'all don't forget to hit me up if y'all need any designs for graduation, for any event, for any type of media, social media brand that you want to put out. Hit me up. I got you. Also, that's it for me. Y'all look out for us.
All right, DC, if you could get Abdullah information for me, I'll contact him when the show is over. Because I am always interested in having speakers on. I want to hear how other people think. I want to hear, you know what I'm saying? I'm interested in that. I really want to know what's going on, and I don't mind. I don't mind that. I definitely don't mind having speakers come on here with me. So yes. Anybody else, if you are interested in being a part of Make It Make Sense with Auntie, you can contact me at Make It Make Sense with Auntie, social media at AUNTIKRIS. You can contact me at lemons make it make sense at gmail.com, or you can hit me up at make it make sense with auntie.com. Any of those avenues, you can find me. You can find me across the board at all social media, AUNTIKRIS. And if you go on YouTube, y'all go at me at the AUNTI underscore MIMS. Auntie MIMS. And if you don't know what MIMS stands for, what that stands for, show out. Show out what MIMS stands for. What that mean? See what I'm talking about? Anyways.
Make it make sense.
So delayed. So delayed. Roll up. So delayed. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure y'all tune in next Thursday at 5 p.m. and stay tuned at 7 p.m. for Speak That Shit. Followed by You Guys Are the Worst. And what's the other one? At 11 p.m. Yeah.
Stand up for news.
Stand up for news. That's it. I tried to stay up.